Let me start by saying when I was assistant, I did that for 2.5 years. So when they said how many years you in the business, I was an assistant for 2.5. But what I learned is that all the other schooling that I had never prepared me for photography. It was actually just doing the job for a photographer, because he's going to tell you what your job really is. Because what you learn in school is all the things about composition or how you make your framing. So when I started working for him, I didn't know what I was doing at all. He taught me what strobes were, how lights work, and eventually I ended up on a 4-day shoot in the Horseshoe Casino, and it's like the 4th time I've been there. And I've been photographing hotel rooms with king bed, queen full, other angle of the bathroom, a second shot of the jacuzzi, until we had about 44 shots after the 4 days. And this is about the 3rd time back. Before that, we photographed the Legends Lounge, the Bluesville. We photographed everything but the buffet, really. And it took forever, because what you realize afterwards is you have to go do the post-processing for it. You have to go do the work afterwards. I have to remove all the security cameras, because nobody really wants to know they're being watched constantly by a casino. Or, everything is glamorous about a casino, but you wouldn't know how depressing it is because there are no windows. But a lot of these things you'll never even notice, because what a photograph tells you is exactly what they want you to see. And I can help communicate that in the same way that I did with another photographer. We went out, we showed somebody the best side of what their establishment could be. Yes, not every day is it full of people or packed out. But if you want to show that you're having a good environment, or that you have an enjoyable business, you need to show the best of what you have, and not just some, skewed, off-centered, unstraightened photograph that is kind of blurry on your website. So, I want to go on and ask, how was everybody's Labor Day weekend?
Very good.
Everybody go see any shows? Anybody go see any shows? No shows? New restaurants? Who went out to eat? Did anybody go out to eat? 2 places. Okay. All right. Anybody need a food truck? Restaurant? Bar and grill?
Restaurant.
Restaurant? Okay. Is it new? Has it been there a while? Is it your favorite?
I was commanded that we were going to have 5 Guys burgers. So
Oh, right. Okay, so you're
it
commanded.
was not the
to
most
have-
glamorous, but that's what Mama wanted.
Well, I want everybody to kind of think of, maybe you didn't do it over Labor Day, but get in your head, start thinking for a moment for me, because we're going to come back to it at the end. What restaurants have you been into lately? Are they new? Have they been renovated? What are your favorite ones? Or do you know somebody that works at one that you really love going up there? It's your favorite restaurant. You go up there all the time. You know the guy that works behind the bar. You know the hostess. It's your favorite place. Still a great target market. So I want you to start writing down some of these places you think of. Keep in mind, we'll come back to them later when we do some board work. So what I'm looking for today technically is a target market where it's a small to medium-sized business, restaurant, bar, grill, deli, or bakery. And my problem I'm trying to solve for them is they've just recently renovated, they got a new space, they've just opened up, and they need to market that, show people that they have something new and valuable to offer that isn't just what they have had in the past. I want to go in and say the other triggers you might look for to find some of these are fresh paint, fresh concrete, a sign that says open for business. These might be clues that this is somebody I can work with, because nobody really knows about some of these businesses. But otherwise, existing businesses still have new renovations they put in each day. So I was out the other night, and I was photographing a band, and I caught an event, and I thought it was pretty cool because I didn't get to do something creative. While I was in the bar, on my way out, I waved to the bartender and caught the owner. And I realized this guy is the new owner of Newbies, and Newbies has recently renovated. And immediately he turns to me and goes, "Man, I could really use some photographs." And I was like, wow, I took a really cheap band gig and turned in, and I might be able to get me some work with Newbies. And I'm looking forward. I'm going to follow up a contact, but I went to do a little more research on the establishment and realized before that it was owned by Loeb Properties, which I've, looked forward to working with some commercial real estate, and Loeb owns a lot of the properties around the Highland Strip. So what I realized is that even though I'm looking for Loeb as a Tier 3 referral partner, because I believe that they're going to lead me to some of these new businesses. But at the same time, that doesn't mean a band or a DJ or somebody that does businesses with these bars won't know to contact the owner as well. So I can also be referred from top down or from, let's say, the outside in two different ways. So keep in mind, musicians or artists that are going to go work with these bars are just as good referrals as the leasing company or as the owner, property ownership would be. Let's see. Well, did that without reading. All right. So I got a few names. I had another business I was interested in that was similar. It's called Lawler Yard. Has anybody heard of it?
Called what?
Lawler Yard. It's kind of a new backyard grill out kind of scene. You go grab a beer, you sit in the back in your Adirondack chair, and what I realized is I don't really understand what the space looks like from their website. The food looks amazing. It's great. You know, they've got some great food photography. They even got a chef with a huge beard on there. I was like, ooh, this guy's making me jealous. But you know, I realized that their space there isn't photographed well. They photograph the food very well. But what I think people are going to resonate with more in that space is that it is outdoors. It's a backyard. It's a grill out, and I don't think they're representing themselves well enough. So I wanted to target them specifically today. And so a few names that came out of Lawler Yard were Taylor Berger.
Is that you're on Broad? Is that in Binghamton area? Where
It's off of, oh, I should have written this. It's off, what is it? What's the?
South Main?
Yeah, well, it's like
Okay.
a off street, but it's meant to be like a backyard bar kind of
Okay.
setup. So, one of the owners had several owners, but Taylor Berger was a name I saw in there. Berger. Sounded familiar. He opened Chihuahua. He's also an affiliate real estate broker for Henry Turley Company, who also is doing a lot of renovations around town, a lot of which identify with my own personal interest. Because I looked on there and they said, we don't ask what kind of projects make money. Instead, we ask what is not being done that would help make this a better city. And to me, I can identify with that as I'm looking to kind of help people revitalize some of these older buildings and reimagine them, because there's a lot of people that are artists in this and creative in this community, and I'm trying to get back in there and give back in the same way this company is. So, Henry Turley Company. Alex Turley is the vice president of real estate over there, but I'm not sure about some of the lower levels. But and then Loeb, one of the properties I was mentioning, Jeremy Reed is a property manager over there, and a leasing specialist was another type of name that I came across when looking for referral partners. I want to turn over here and tell you, when you run into some of these people, I want to figure out what you can tell them. So when you see somebody that has a space like this, you might want to turn to them and be like, I know a photographer that would be interested in photographing this space. He enjoys helping people promote their businesses. He wants to make the city a better place as well. When it comes to some of these businesses, a lot of them aren't just looking for the money, they miss it. When it came to Larry Thompson and Newbies, he reopened it because Newbies was part of his life. And he felt like it was something that he could really capitalize on as a business. But not only that, but it's something he enjoyed at school as well. And I know he wants to see the Highland Strip get better, and that's an area that I want to help improve as well. So Loeb Realty, I believe it's just Loeb. But yes, photographer is interested in photographing the space. He enjoys helping people promote their businesses. All right, now I need your help in finding some of these referral partners. How much time do we have left, Leah?
29 seconds.
29 seconds. All right. Anybody? give me a new restaurant that's just opened up.
Rock and Dough Pizza.
Rock and Dough Pizza. What's that?
Used to be on a food truck.
Dough,
Now it's a
dough,
space in
dough.
downtown.
Oh, it's a food truck, huh?
Used
It
to
was,
be
and
food
now they're
truck,
a
and now they're in a space.
They need me.
They need
They need me. They need
Yeah.
me to help them promote their business because I want to. I am not just doing this because I want a photograph. I'm doing this because I
And it's
actually
really good
want something to be
pizza.
successful. Yeah, I want this to be successful. It's way cooler when it gets out there in a broader aspect. You know, when everybody gets to see it. When it's improved, when it looks good. I drive through a part of town. I don't stop there, but I notice the way it looks. And everybody needs to be able to promote themselves. In most places, don't have good website footage. They don't have good They don't have good images. They don't have anything that's really drawing my attention there except word of mouth. I hear all these good things, and I don't understand it until I get there. And I want to help people communicate that without ever having to leave their homes. So, Paul Lawler, Lawler Photography.
Excellent.